Hello everyone, welcome to the first event of the Biscuit Brawl Cleague, Vine Jump. The rules are the exact same as in the main league and the Bleague. You want to get the most points by jumping into the catch basins that have the biggest numbers. And the highest total score will win the event. The tadpoles, for the third time, will show you how this event works. They get released, they jump off the vines, and they land. One of them lands in the 10, another lands in the 1, a 7, a 9. That's about a 27. So that would be a good run right there. You want to try to avoid that 0 as much as possible. And we were starting with our first heat, the Gas Giants. They've been struggling a bit. They fifth in Season 1, but they haven't qualified since. And recently, they've gone to their first Cleague. An 8, a 9, a 10, and a 0. So that's a 27. About the same as the Tadpoles. I don't think that would have been the Tadpoles off tiebreak. The largest individual number breaks ties. Anyway, Heat 2 Breakfast Buddies, pretty much a terrible team. They've been relegated from the 2 leagues they've been in. They were lucky in the first league to avoid going there at the first time. League qualifiers going to the league the first time. But they weren't so lucky this time. They got a 9, a 3, a 0, and a 0. A 12, that is. That is one of the weaker runs we've seen in both the main league and the Bleague. So this is not looking good. Metal Petals up next, another team notoriously very not good. They got 15th last season, and they are off a 10 right off the bat, so that's pretty good so far. 3, a 5, and a 2. Ooh, those 3 of those, that 10 really carrying the score right there. But the 5, 3, and 2, that's rough. At second out of 3, which isn't horrible, and a 20 isn't that bad of a score, but they could have hoped for so much better. Frosted Frenzy, actually not as bad as the others. They actually won the Cleague last time, but were unlucky in the Bleague qualifiers. And by unlucky, I mean bad. But let's see how they'll do here. Starting off with a 9, going off with a 3 as well. A 9, 3, 0, 0. 2 of them landing with 0. That's very bad. That is a 12. That is tied with the Breakfast Buddies for last right now. So that is not going to be a good score for them. P5 Vengeful Vegetables has spent their entire history in the Cleague. Yeah, they're not. They want to try to escape it into at least the Bleague right now. One of them flying off. That's a 0. A 9, 3, and that one marble looks like they're going to fall right into the 4, and they do. A 9, 4, 3. I believe that is a 16 in total. Yes, it is, and that is in the mid pack. 3rd out of 5. Could have been a lot better if that one marble didn't get a 0, but stuff like that just happens. Heat 6 with the paintballs actually got second in Season 1, but it has been all downhill from there. 9, 9, 5, and one of them gets a 0. So overall, that looked pretty good. A 23, I believe it's second so far, and it is. So yeah, that double 9 really helping them out there. So yeah, that looks pretty solid, second out of 6, but it's still the Gas Giants that hold the lead in first. Meanwhile, at the bottom, we have a tie for last between the Breakfast Buddies and Frosted Frenzy. Heat 7, we have the Beefy Bovines. Had their first 2 seasons in the main league. Rest of the seasons did not go well at all. Started off with a bullseye, well, not a bullseye, but a 10, a 6, 3, and a 0. Ooh, that looked like it could be a really good run, but a 19... that's only mid-pack. If that last one at least got a point, that could have gone at least one place, which, you know, unfortunate. He ate the Electric Boogaloo. Electric Boogaloo, one of the absolute worst team in the Biscuit Brawl. And they're going to need to do something here. Starting off with a 9, pulling off a 3, and double 0. That is tied for last with the Breakfast Buddies and the Frosted Frenzy. 6 out of 8, but that is a tied 6 out of 8. So this is Electric Boogaloo still. It's been rough for them for a while. But now we have our 4 new teams. First up, we have the Deadly Sins. So yeah, starting off with okay, one of them getting a 0, but a 2, 8, and a 10. So yeah, this Cleague introduced 4 new teams to us. And that is a 20, so that is a 3rd out of 9. That's 3rd out of 9. So pretty good, all things considered. Yeah, I'll start with the top 3. So next up are the Kingdom Catchers, originally from the Grab Tracks Marble Championship. They competed for 1 season, did pretty bad there, but this is looking really good. A 10, 10, 6, 4. That is an excellent run. That is a 30. that might have won in the league. That definitely would have gotten silver in the main league, but still, excellent run right there by the Kingdom Capturers. Up next are the Elegant Elephants. So yeah, these guys, new team. So let's see how they will do. Starting off, very complicated run. Complex at start, 9-7-5-4. Pretty consistent all around. So no real bad finishes, but no 10s, which would have been really nice. Still 25, which is enough for 3rd place, which is still really good. So yeah, the Elegant Elephant's gonna be happy about that. But now we have our final team, Heat 12, Rockin' Ramen. Let's see how they will do. They get launched stuff, and they finished already. 10, 9, 9, and a 9. That is an excellent run. 37, near perfect. And unsurprisingly, that is 1st place. That is one of the best runs. That is quite literally the best one you've seen in this event. So yeah, unsurprisingly, Rockin' Ramen will take the win there. Meanwhile, at the bottom, we have the triple deadlift attempt. Anyway, congratulations to the Gas Giants for winning bronze, to the Kingdom Capturers for winning silver, and to the Rockin' Ramen for winning gold. Great job to all these teams. 2 of them are new teams, so that's pretty neat. Yeah, but for this league, only the top 6 will advance into the league qualifier. So if you're in the bottom 6, you're relegated. But we'll see you next time for the 6th event of the main league with Conveyor Survival. Until then, this is Rip Biscuit, signing off.